Hello everyone, welcome to Pro Fight Picks. My name is Valentin, and in today's video we're gonna take a look at UFC 266 DraftKings picks. Basically in this video I'm gonna take a look at the fighters and choose which ones are the best for the lineup for the upcoming event. In the first pair of fighters I got Alexander Volkanovski and Vuentina Shevchenko. So I believe Volkanovski is a pretty good addition to the lineup. First of all, because his salary cap is not that high, it's 8,600. At the same time, we can see in the fight log that on average the points he usually brings whenever he is fighting is pretty high, the score is pretty high. I believe he's gonna be able to win against Ortega and successfully defend his belt. At the same time, I believe he's gonna be able to bring high output in the fight and will be able to bring a high score again. Another fighter is Vuentina Shevchenko. I believe she's a very safe pick. At the same time, she's a valuable pick for the lineup because she's gonna be able to finish the fight most likely in the first minutes of the first round. And as we all know, that kind of finish brings a lot of points, so I believe it might worth adding her to the lineup. In the next set of fighters we got Robbie Lawler and Jarenia Rozenstruik. So in terms of Robbie Lawler, it might be a pretty risky pick, but at the same time his salary and the potential he has is pretty high. The salary is 8,300, which is not that much I believe, but the potential for the score he can bring is pretty high. I believe he's gonna be able to win in the fight against Nick Diaz, and most likely he's gonna be able to produce a finish, which will as a result give more points. So I believe it's worth taking him for the lineup, or at least considering him. The same can go with Rozenstruik. He's super cheap, 7,000 his salary cap for the DraftKings for this event, but at the same time I believe it's highly underpriced, because he has a chance to win. He's fighting against Curtis Blades, and we had a very similar matchup before, when Curtis Blades fought Derek Lewis, and Lewis was able to time his uppercut and knock out Blades. And I believe Rozenstruik has the same chance, and besides the chance, he also has the same ability, the same power. So I think it might be a much harder fight for Blades than he thinks, and Rozenstruik is worth taking as an underdog here in order to add more high salary fighters to the lineup. Moving on to the next fighter, we got Dvalishvili. Merab is fighting against Marlon Moraes. I believe he's worth adding to the lineup, even though his salary cap is pretty high, 8,900, and a lot of people think that the fight against Marlon Moraes is gonna be tougher than some people think. But I believe Dvalishvili will be able to control the fight throughout all 3 rounds, and with the use of his takedowns and control, his ground and pound, he will be able to get a lot of points. Most likely he gonna win by decision, but as long as he wins and his output is high, it's worth taking him, and I believe it will be high, and the score he brings will be decent. The next fighter that is worth adding to your lineup is Chris Delacos, and the simple reason for him being in your lineup is that he most likely gonna produce a first round finish. I believe he's gonna be able to get a KO the first round, which will once again bring a lot of points to the lineups. And the last 2 fighters that I think are having a high potential here of being very high scoring fighters in this lineup is Dan Hooker. Even though his salary a bit high, I think it's 8,700, but at the same time in this current fight I think it's worth it. You know, I think he's gonna be able to deliver a KO or TKO in this fight. Even if not, then Hooker is usually, you know, he usually has a high output, and even if he wins by decision, I believe he's gonna be able to gather a lot of points for anyone who decides to put him in the lineup. And the last fighter that I believe has high potential of bringing high score in the lineup is Uros Medic. He's fighting against Turner, and Medic's salary is 8,400. I believe he's gonna be able to finish this fight inside the distance. I think, like, in the first round probably he's not gonna be able to get a KO, but in the second round most likely Medic will be able to finish the fight with barrage of his punches. And as we all know, KO, or I mean any inside the distance victory, brings a lot of points, and the earlier it is the better. And I believe he's gonna be able to deliver his punishment either early or mid-fight. So I think it's really worth taking him and considering adding him in your lineup, combining with all the other fighters. Overall, I believe this event has a nice fights and very good fighters that have great potential to be very high scoring and successful DraftKings picks. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a like so you don't miss any new videos. In the comment section below, let me know what you think about those picks, and share your picks if you got some for the DraftKings. Thank you once again. I'll see you guys soon.